Hi, my name's Louis Brightup, and right now I'm 20 years old.
Hey, my name's Louis Brightup. Today I turned 26, and I've decided that I'm beginning a career competing in high-level motorsports as a race car driver. While high-level rally racing championships are going to be my main focus, I will also be exploring other forms of competitive motorsport. There you are, universe! I have given you my intentions. Now do something with it! Welcome to Tooned. For those of you who don't know me, on the internet I'm known as Looney Lou. After struggling in high school, I went to college, dropped out of college, then went back to college again, just to graduate to go into an industry that had nothing to do with what I studied. I realized all the while I was preparing to work and have a career building someone else's dream. So this whole video is gonna be me just flapping my gums about who I am and where I'm taking this. You know, the ultimate goal of this channel. First and foremost, you are awesome, but only if you're subscribed. This whole YouTube thing is now what I've decided I'm gonna be doing full time, and it is honestly the scariest career change of my entire life. And it's ironic, really.
12-year-old me wanted to be a number of things such as race car driver, astronaut, pilot, just everything that's out there, right? I wanted to be out and about doing things. I knew I didn't want a desk job.
But I'm doing this because I'm passionate about a topic. And as scary as this is, I'm living my own dream instead of working for someone else's. Like most of us, the passion for driving started growing up as a kid, you know? I didn't really care for Legos, but I really liked Hot Wheels. And I loved Connect. I spent so much time building all sorts of little trucks and cars out of that stuff. And then I'd take those vehicles and run them down some handicap ramps. In high school, I spent far too long on this CO2 car project because I was just fascinated with everything about it. And nowadays, I spend most of my time messing around a Dirt Rally 2.0, tuning and tweaking a car to get it perfectly set up for a stage, and then learning how to work with the machine as well. I always wanted to be outside, having cool jobs and traveling and doing cool things, meeting people, you know? And since December 2024, when I decided that this path was for me, I've often spent 16-hour days sitting in this little office room between, I got a list here, simming, researching, looking up algorithm BS, driving techniques, scripting, recording, video editing, blah, blah, blah. It's honestly just really overwhelming. If it wasn't for my wifey, I would have gone absolutely stir crazy by now. Like, as an extrovert and a social butterfly, like, I am itching to get back out into the world and just interact with people, and I don't have that social aspect right now because I spend all my time inside. Like, this is very difficult. What's keeping me going is that once I actually managed to turn all of this into a business and, you know, actually take a car to a shop, take it for test drives, go for training on the track, traveling all over the place for events, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, all of that is going to require a team of people and a whole lot of social interaction. So I'll be able to put together my own team of passionate individuals, and that's what's keeping me going right now. To be able to create the workplace I've always wanted, surrounded by people that have the same love and passion as me about racing, you know? So that is the dream. That is my dream specifically. And taking the next year or two to create a business like this, I know it's going to pay off. It's just difficult in the process, and I'm starting with this particular YouTube channel. How well this channel is doing and its success is being measured in two ways. The first thing is something that we can all relate to, but nobody cares about. That is simply being able to afford functioning in society. You know, pay bills, buy food, buy Starbucks for the wifey every so often, all that. And as someone who plans on racing cars, I need to be able to afford that too. The little Ford Fiesta I have right now is eventually going to be replaced with my dream car.
Whenever people ask me, oh, what's your dream car? I say easy. A car that I build myself. It's very vague, I know, but I want to build like a rally car from the ground up. That's my mission, just because I enjoy hands-on things.
To be able to slap a built not bought sticker on the back of a rally machine is possible, but with two ingredients. One, a bit of time to let the momentum of this channel grow. And two, you taking the next 3 seconds to hit the subscribe button to help me out with my second metric of success, which is becoming a teacher, starting as a driving instructor. And I know it may sound a little weird, but let me explain. When I was a preteen, I was formally diagnosed with dyslexia and ADD. And these two major learning disabilities were going to shape the rest of my education. Thanks to my parents, I was able to explore a few learning programs outside of school to help me overcome these disabilities without meds and actually like get by in school and pass and whatnot. And the label disability really is not accurate. I don't like it at all. It's not fair, partially because it implies that these things make you inherently stupid, but also because it's not actually a disability. It's really a superpower, but society doesn't understand how to harness that. So what do? They just see it as an inconvenience and slap this label on it. We don't learn the same as everyone else. These labels and diagnosis? diagnoses. These labels and diagnoses don't mean that you're slow or unable to learn. Our brains are just wired for different things than, typical academic subjects. We have to deal with an education system that was meant for people that have, I guess, normal brains or more wrinkles than ours. I don't know how that works. But regardless, sitting in a classroom for reading, writing, math, science, all that crap, I don't know about you, but doing poorly in those classes really affected my self-confidence and my self-esteem in general. Plus, socially, I just felt like a leech in study groups because I wasn't able to contribute much. I was always trying to catch up and learn what other people were telling me kind of thing. It's just, I wasn't very helpful. I was not the kind of dude that was able to breeze through high school. I had to work to pass everything. Now let me ask you, does any of that sound relatable or familiar? Because if it does, even just a little bit, I have a sneaking suspicion that you probably liked, hands-on classes. Or maybe even out on a co-op. Between woodshop, manufacturing, auto shop, maybe even computer science. I'll bet those were your most fun and most enjoyable subjects because you were not only able to learn, but you were also able to do well and even help out your classmates sometimes. I'm also willing to bet that doing anything with your car renders a similar feeling, between driving and working on it. It's fun, right? It's enjoyable. It's something you can just do and figure out and be good at. Your car just makes you feel good because you're actually competent at something. That's how I feel too. So yeah, learning was kind of hard sometimes. So finding a subject that I was competent enough at to not only do well in, but also give a peer guidance? Oh, that was one of the greatest feelings ever. To be able to help a friend or a peer to succeed or finish a project or improve at a skill, that was an awesome discovery for me. So now that I'm out of school and I can study whatever I want, I aspire to be a guru in my niche, which is the world of motorsports, specifically rally racing. I want to share my journey with you guys so you can learn from my mistakes and to also show you how you can unlock your own potential. Now, as someone whose brain is wired a little differently with these learning disabilities, I figured if I could explain something in a crystal clear manner that I can understand, odds are you can too, along with everyone else. I'm not only learning to learn, I'm also learning how to teach as well. All this to say that in time, I'm going to be creating some online resources to help you learn how to drive and to race. But we're not quite at that point yet. I need a little bit more time to build a community and an audience with a YouTube platform first, and then I'm going to start focusing on actual products to sell you guys. I will be posting some more educational stuff on this channel over the next several months, but the problem is that each, lesson is going to appear super clickbaity. Although I'm trying to make it entertaining and educational, the whole YouTube channel is probably going to lean more towards the educational side of things. No, I had that wrong. The whole YouTube channel is going to lean more towards the entertaining side of things. That's what I meant. So to balance that out, all the educational products I'm going to have for sale are going to be on a private website. Yes, I know, nobody likes spending money if they don't have to. I'm not asking you to. But the whole reasoning behind that is because it eliminates distractions so you can actually focus on educating yourself further, okay? There's no ads, there's going to be no thumbnails, no distracting other pictures or crap floating around on the screen. All the resources are going to be organized in a proper curriculum, and they're not going to be with clickbaity titles, okay? Everything was just going to be labeled as is, as it's supposed to be. This is also going to allow a digital space where community can be built for regular communication between, amongst yourselves as well as with me, and possibly coaching when the time comes. But again, that's a down the road thing. We're not quite there yet, so stay tuned for that. I also don't want rally racing to be the only type of motorsport I explore. I just want it to be my focus. Again, I'm curious to figure out drifting, rallycross, other wheel-to-wheel racing, etc. But ultimately, stage rally is going to be my main and primary discipline. And the reason I love rally so much is because of the way that I got into the motorsport in the first place. Back in 2019, I was a co-op student working in a factory that produced car bumpers and fascias. While working there, I met a dude named Dave who had a mint condition bug eye. Oh, man, that car was beautiful. In chatting with him about it, he told me about this mystical, magical place called Rally of the Tall Pines. I googled it and ended up registering as a volunteer to get as close to the cars as possible. And that one weekend changed my life. I was assigned to a camera crew where my whole job was to hold a microphone in the face of drivers after every few stages. And that was my introduction to not only racing, but also the community of rally, and, most importantly, Crazy Leo. If you watch the summary reel of Tall Pines from 2019, I actually make several appearances. The clearest shot is me wandering the service area looking for my camera guy. And anytime you see a brown glove holding a mic, that would be this brown leather glove. As a student, money wasn't really abundant, but I did know that I wanted to learn performance driving. So Leo's driving school, Race Lab, gave me an incredible opportunity that I haven't heard about before or since with anyone else, to be honest. The deal's simple. Help out as a track worker, but instead of getting paid, you save up in credits to the school, where you can then cash in a lesson with an instructor in a school car if you want, or bring your own car, whatever works. Now back in 2019, I jumped on that program before they had a chance to change their minds. But even today, they're still doing it. If you live in Southern Ontario and you think this is something you'd like to do, send an email to hi@racelab.co, say you heard about the company through Lou and you want to help out as a track worker. I'll link that email in the description, and I'll leave my email as well so you can message me if you have any problems. Now, if you just want to outright pay for lap time in either your car or a school car, that's cool. Just go straight to their website and see what packages they have available. You can also check their calendar under the schedule tab to see when and where they're going to be in the upcoming months. Over the last 6 years, I have spent countless weekends at Race Lab, just, helping out, and I've had a handful of opportunities to drive school cars, my own car. And I've also had the chance to pick the brains of many instructors across a variety of topics since I first showed up, which is really where my learning started. It wasn't in the car, it was chatting with people before even turning the key. Every little scrap of information and knowledge I've picked up, I've recorded in here starting about 6 years ago. This is full now, so I've moved on to volume 2. Now, remember when I said I wanted to become a teacher, starting with an instructor? Well, my ultimate goal with Race Lab is to be an instructor with them. They don't have any openings at this time, so I'm sharing what I do know on YouTube. Because again, I'm bringing you guys along for the journey, right? I'm still very much learning myself. And this is where I need your help. I realize I don't have a ton of teaching or instructing experience. So again, with those videos I'm going to be pushing out over the next few months, I need your feedback. I really need your feedback. If something clicked and you understood something, give it a thumbs up. And if you are even more confused or something just doesn't quite make sense, or even if you have a question, drop a comment or dislike it if it's that bad. Let me know, because your feedback is the only thing I have to go off of right now. And it means the world to me. I am more than welcome to constructive criticism because I'm not a stranger to mistakes. If you genuinely think something could have been explained better or differently even for it to make more sense, feel free to drop a comment. The reason I'm not able to teach at Race Lab quite yet is because a prerequisite is to actually race, so that you have some credibility to stand on when you're teaching at the school. Which, you know what? Totally fair and very understandable. I want to compete. I want to race so badly, it keeps me up at night sometimes. The worst part is that I am this close. I have the Rallycross starter pack. I got a lightweight front wheel drive box with a skid plate and winter tires. The problem is that this car is also my daily driver, and right now, in the middle of this career shift, money is a thing. So yeah, I can't say I'm horribly excited to risk breaking it or having to pay for that, I need a proper source of income to not only afford life, but to be able to fix up my car as well and keep it running. I want to use the money I make from this channel to go and race, and that's another area where I need your help. Look I am doing my damnedest to bring you guys the highest quality, most entertaining content possible, and it is a lot of work. I can't lie. This is ultimately a business I am starting from YouTube, and I'm using it to promote products that I'm going to be selling to you guys. And I'm not trying to do the clickbaity, just buy this. And I don't know about you guys, but I despise those businesses that over advertise a product. You buy it and you're just severely disappointed. So that's why some of these products are going to take a while to come to fruition, please be patient with me. They are in the works. I just want to make sure I'm giving you your money's worth, okay? I'm going to be putting my heart and soul into these projects and these products. So please be patient with me, okay? They are in the works. Don't you stress. I just want to make you happy after a purchase, okay? Because some of these things may not be cheap. I really want to give you your money's worth. Honestly, the first 20 bucks I'm going to make, I'm taking the missus out for ice cream. She is the one who initially pushed me and inspired me to start this whole YouTube thing in the first place, as well as this online business. And she has been incredibly patient and insightful and just overall helping me get things started with this. So big shout out to her for that. An ice cream date does not come anywhere close to the amount of thanks I need to give her for helping me out with everything, but it's a good start. Now, if you've watched this far in the video, whether or not you're subscribed, I don't care. I truly appreciate you, your time, your viewership, and just generally how awesome you are. I can't see you through the screen, but I can smell your awesomeness. Stay tuned, my goons. I'll see you real soon. Mwah!